Okay, good day everyone. Welcome to our second pre-recorded video class. I hope that this will be able to help you understand the concepts that are found in your modules. So what I want you to do is open your modules during these video lessons, jot down notes using a pen and paper so that you will not forget what you have learned during this session. Okay, so let's go to our lesson today. Our lesson will be will still be found in learning outcome number 3, which is set router, Wi-Fi, wireless access point, repeater configuration. But today we will be focusing on firewall configuration. So why do we need to configure a firewall, and what is a firewall? Ano bang gamit ng firewall? Why is it very important na alam natin kung paano siya i-configure, especially within a network at sa mga computers. Okay, so here is a question before we go to the lesson proper. What do you think would happen if we allowed anyone to access our phone? Ano kayo mangyayari? Diba? Makikita yung lahat ng sikreto nyo siguro. Diba? Or conversations that are private and very sensitive, makikita, diba? So if we allow just anyone to access our phones, what would happen? Okay, we lose our privacy and then of course our security. So when you say mawawala yung security natin, we will be in danger. Paano tayo magiging in danger? Of course, there are people who are always planning to do yung masasama. Okay, and if we allow ourselves na maging vulnerable, they will take advantage of that. Okay, so of course we don't allow that. So anong ginagawa natin to make sure na hindi magagamit ng kahit sino-sino lang yung phone natin? Of course, we put passwords or other security features to keep our information and data safe. Okay, so lagay tayo ng password so that yung nakakaalam lang ng password, siya lang yung makagamit ng phone. Diba? So, pinipili lang natin kung sino yung makagamit, not everyone. In fact, ako lang talaga gumagamit ng phone ko. There are some people na dalawa yung gumagamit ng phone, and they make sure that their smartphone is safe. Okay. So whenever we link our devices in a network or through the internet, there is always danger. Okay? So yung akala mong free Wi-Fi, pwede ka ma-hack. Diba? Kung sakita mo sa picture na to, is that hackers can steal your information and use it against you. There are dangers every time we connect our devices in the internet or in a network. Of course, we are prone to hacking. Pwede tayong ma-hack. Identity theft. Nangyayari yan parati sa Facebook na yung isang poster, kunwari siya, at tapos ayun, nakuha na yung identity niya. So that is the reason why please be very careful kapag nagpo-post kayo sa Facebook. Wag niyo namang ilahad-lahat kung anong ginagawa ninyo pati sa pagkain ninyo. Kung saan kayo pupunta, wag niyo nang ilagay lahat sa Facebook because there is a possibility na pwedeng manakaw yung identity ninyo. And then we have malware. So yung malware ito yung mga softwares na ito. These are codes that are very harmful dun sa device. Okay? So, yung mga malware, ginagamit siya to destroy your device, to destroy yung data sa device mo, or to get information from you. And then there is also, of course, online fraud. Diba? Maraming manlilinlang. Pwede kang manlinlang online. So, those are the dangers that you face when you are using the internet because you are already connected to a very large network. Okay? So what is a firewall? Okay? So kanina, I gave an example na we don't allow just anyone na makagamit ng phone natin. So a firewall, it acts as a gatekeeper. Okay? So, di ba, pag pumapasok tayo sa school, di ba, tinitignan ng security guard or yung nagbabantay if you have an ID or not, diba? For those who do not have an ID, they cannot go inside. Why? Because filter lang to make sure that the people going inside the school are students or teachers that are working there. Okay, it monitors attempts to gain access to your operating systems. So it monitors any attempt, 'di ba? Kung may tao man or a hacker wants to gain access sa system mo or operating system mo, okay, pwedeng i-block ng firewall 'yan. And blocks unwanted traffic or unrecognized sources. So, every time nagpapadala tayo ng data sa internet, there is what we call packets yan. May mga packets yan. So, pag send niya, meron niyang source kung saan galing and yung address kung saan papunta yung mga packets na yan. Okay? So, once na yung firewall nakadetect siya ng something na parang hindi man to galing sa source na hinihingi ng operating system, pwede niyang i-block yun. The same time, it can also prevent yung outgoing na mga na traffic from your computer as well. Okay. So what is a firewall? At ano yung kanya? A firewall acts as a barrier or filter between your computer and another network such as an internet. Mapapansin nyo dito, yung picture parati is always about itong wall na to. Because literally, that is a firewall. Pag nagpapatayo kasi ng bahay, may firewall yan siya. Okay? For example, maraming bahay na dikit-dikit. So usually, pag nakita ng engineer yan or architect, they would recommend na may lagyan ng firewall. Bakit kailangan ng firewall? Because kapag nasunog yung isang bahay, hindi ka agad-agad mag-spread yung fire doon sa kabila because there is a wall na mataas na wall that will prevent the fire to go across to go across doon sa bahay. So that is the work of a firewall. The same thing is happening doon sa network. There is a firewall that is preventing yung mga hindi naman mga wanted na mga na connection or traffic. Okay? So, isipin mo lang kung walang firewall, lahat na lang pwedeng mag-access ng network, lahat na lang pwedeng mag-access ng computer mo. And they will know kung ano yung ginagawa mo using your computer. Okay? So, to do that, ang firewall, meron siyang tinatawag ng mga rules. May mga requirements yan siya, may mga permissions. Ang permissions niya, makikita niyo dito is, will it allow the traffic? Okay? Will it deny the traffic? Makikita niyo dyan. At i-allow niya yan, depende sa IP address, di ba? Okay? Saan galing yan siya? At saka yung destination siya, saan papunta, and then the port. Okay, these are the rules. Okay, just remember that a firewall is just doing yung pag-filter katulad ba ng gatekeeper or yung ng security guard. Okay, ito yung mga rules, bawal pumasok kapag walang ID o hindi naka-uniform. The same is happening dun sa firewall, especially na may firewall rules na ginagamit. Okay, it will deny or allow traffic depending on naabot ba niya or nakuha niya ba, na-satisfy niya ba kung ano yung mga rules na nakaset doon sa firewall na yan. So, this is very important when configuring a firewall. Okay. So, next. So, there are many types of firewalls. Okay. So, usually 8. Minsan may makikita kang 5. Usually, makikita kang 8. Okay, but we can put them into 3 categories. Okay, one is hardware, number 2 is software, and number 3 is cloud-based. Okay, or cloud firewall. Okay, ano to sila? Pag sinabi nating hardware firewall, usually, dinideploy ito sa network. Makikita natin dito. So, yung picture nakikita ninyo is an example of a standalone firewall. Ang trabaho lang talaga niya is a firewall. Mukha siyang switch, mukha siyang router, di ba? Because, yun yung trabaho niya, is a standalone firewall. Usually, yung mga standalone firewall, ang ginagamit niya yan sa mas malalaking business, mas malalaking corporations because they need a firewall that is, yun lang talagang trabaho niya is uh, to filter incoming and outgoing traffic. Okay? Pero sa bahay natin, katulad dito sa router ko, yung mga router na binibili natin, may tinatawag yan silang built-in na firewall. So, they are connected dito sa network ko. Okay? Kung mga small lang, yung mga router usually has their own built-in firewall. Okay? So, you don't need to buy a standalone firewall. Bakit? Because ang mahal ng standalone na firewall. And if you don't need it, nagsasayang lang tayo ng pera because we can take advantage of the built-in na firewall na makikita natin sa mga routers na nabibili natin. Okay? So, is a firewall or a hardware firewall is usually deployed in the network. Some hardware firewall are standalone while most routers have built-in firewalls. Okay, so take note of that ha. Na ito sila are placed in the network. Katulad, they act, parang din mga switch, makikita nyo parang switch lang din siya or router lang din siya. Okay, so before makarating sa computer ninyo, dumadaan muna ito dito sa mga hardware firewall. Okay? So the next one is what you call a software firewall. Bakit siya tinatawag na software firewall? It's because they are usually installed in the operating system. Okay, computers have software firewalls. Katulad ng Windows, na ginagamit natin yung mga computer natin, may tinatawag yan sila na Windows firewall. These are software-based na mga firewall. Okay, so nakita niyo sa mga pictures na ito. Okay, ito, whenever you connect your computer to a public or private or corporate na mga connection in network, is that there are different rules for that. Okay, kapag public, mas mahigpit yung rules niya because pwede kang ma-hack. Kung nakakonect ka, for example, a public Wi-Fi, mas madali kang ma-hack sa public Wi-Fi. So you have to be very careful with that. Sa private naman, iba rin yung rules niya. Okay, then the second picture is kung anong klaseng connection ang ina-allow or kung ano yung mga connection dito na hindi niya pinapayagan. Okay, so you can find this sa Windows settings, sa firewall settings niya. We will learn more about that if you will learn more about as you read on your modules. So make sure you take note of how to configure that, even if nasa picture lang muna. If you have a laptop with you, you can go along and open yung you can follow your module and open your Windows firewall doon sa laptop ninyo. Okay, so computers have software firewalls. Most operating systems have their own built-in firewalls, but katulad ng mga antivirus, pwede ka rin mag-install ng isa pang firewall. Okay, so kung magtanong kayo, sir, nag-install ka ba ng third-party na firewall? Hindi na, because Windows has already its own firewall. But kung ikaw sigurista ka, you can install on your own if you want. Okay? Next. And then you have a cloud-based, this is a cloud-based firewall, or cloud firewall. Okay? So, cloud firewalls protect data and apps that can be accessed via the internet. So, every time na we access the internet, of course, we go to mga malaking servers na yan. Okay? For example, Facebook has their own data centers and all these large corporations that have cloud services. Of course, may mga firewalls din yan sila to protect yung data ng mga customers nila. Okay? Yung mga apps that are cloud-based, for example, yung Office 365, kung walang naka-install na Office or Word sa computer ko, I can go online and access yung Word, PowerPoint, or Microsoft Excel. The same goes with Google. Meron siyang Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. These are internet-based na mga application. And firewalls protect itong mga applications na to so that hindi sila masira. Okay? Or yung mga emails natin, okay, yung database, okay, all of this, okay, are being protected by cloud firewall. Okay, to sum it up, okay, a firewall is there to protect as but to act as a gatekeeper. It has rules that will allow or deny a traffic, okay, or a connection. Okay, so yun yung trabaho niya. So we have also what we call mga tatlong categories yung pinag-usapan natin ngayon. We have 3 categories of firewalls. We have the hardware firewall. Usually, they are deployed doon saan? Sa network. Okay, then we have the software-based na mga firewall. Usually, they are installed where? Yes, on the computer. And then we have the cloud firewall, which is a firewall na nakikita natin sa internet. Okay, they protect the data that we have, yung mga online applications that we use in the internet. And for example, yung emails natin, they also protect that. So the firewall is a very important piece of technology that protects us from the dangers that we encounter when we connect our devices in the network or in the internet. Okay, so that will be all for our lesson today. I hope and I pray that you were able to understand kung ano yung what a firewall is all about. The important thing is that you understand the concept so that whenever you encounter it again, you will know how it works. Yung configuration, yes, it will follow. Yung paano i-configure yan, mag-follow lang yan. What is important is you understand the concept. Okay, so see you again next time. Goodbye.